Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Club at 22, the Rangers podcast. I am your host this evening, Ryan Haymarch, and we are here to discuss all things Rangers. It is Friday, the 3rd of November. And before I introduce you to all my guests, as always, can I ask you to like, share, and subscribe to the podcast? We're trying to get as many subscribers as possible and build our network even further, and you're helping the pod grow. So any support you can give us is much appreciated. As I said, we're here to discuss all things Rangers. We'll cover the game last night and we'll talk about the upcoming game against Hearts on Sunday. Please get involved in the comments. Ask the guys any questions, anything you like. It doesn't need to be Rangers related. I like a wee cheeky question now and again, but do keep it clean. So without further ado, let me introduce you to my guest. Firstly is Mr. Ali Pearson. How are you this evening, Ali?
Very well, especially after Wednesday night, actually watching that Rangers performance, Ryan. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to going to Hampden on Sunday. I wouldn't say that most times this season going to watch Rangers, but no, there's a bit of a buzz going to Hampden this Sunday.
Aye, I think there's for the past couple of weeks I've had a wee buzz about me as well, just going to the games, and there's just a wee bit of freshness. I don't want to get too excited. There's definitely a wee bit of freshness. Next guest for you this evening, as you can see, it's a full house, but you can guess who I'm coming to next, is Mr. Scott Gemmell. And how are you this evening, Scotia? And how is Kieran Tierney?
Yeah, very good, Ryan. I'm good. Yeah, I have spent all day sitting in that subway along the road trying to infiltrate this meeting, but no one turned up. So that was a strange one when I heard that earlier in the week. But I am very good, and like Ali, yeah, really looking forward to the game on Sunday. Looking forward to tonight to discuss everything. So yeah, let's get cracking.
Brilliant. If you do see Mr. Tierney and his friends, send them my regards. They are putting the world to right at the moment. And last but not least, Mr. Carney, how are you this evening, mate? You okay?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. Good evening, everybody. We were like a minute a bit late, and that is all my fault, by the way, just in case, because somebody will mention it in the comments. I presume it was my fault. I do apologise for all this rushing about that I need to do. But yeah, full of Subway sandwiches, mate, and full of glee after Wednesday night, mate. I'm very much looking forward to getting in things tonight. And yeah, Ali's only looking forward to Sunday because he's just found out that Scotia's also off on Monday, so Ali has a drinking pal. That's the only reason Ali's looking forward to Hampden on Sunday.
And Rangers as well.
Aye, liar.
Aye, and Rangers as well. Just make sure Mr. Gemmell doesn't get too nervous. We've got a date at Ibrox on Tuesday, so make sure he doesn't get too nervous, but you enjoy your day. We'll come to that. So everyone, we're here to discuss, as I said, all things Rangers. We played Dundee on Wednesday night up at Dens Park. Obviously, because the boys covered the post-match in front of Big Ben, which was quite a sight to be seen. But it was well covered by the boys, and I'll get their input into it. The game was delayed by 45 minutes due to traffic, and then delayed another 20 minutes due to some pyro by the Rangers taken off by the Rangers fans. And the first time I've ever seen a smoke alarm go off and everyone heads inside. Must be a Dundee thing. Thought Rangers were brilliant, 5-0 winners, rampant for me. Probably the most enjoyable performance that I've seen from a Rangers team in the league for a long time. Scotia, you went on the post-match along with myself. What did you take from the game?
Yeah, I really enjoyed. Well, apart from the delays to the game, I really enjoyed the night just because I knew I was going to be up like at 4:30 the next morning, and I didn't know what time the game was going to finish. But the game itself, I really enjoyed it. Rangers were really good throughout. I thought I was a wee bit in the first half. We were trying things. They weren't always coming off, weren't clicking, and I was like, right, I'll wonder what we'll do in the second half because I've kind of seen Rangers do this before, and it's been the same. But the second half, we were absolutely brilliant, I thought. The movement from the players and things. Some of the goals that we scored were brilliant. Yeah, really enjoyable day. I think it's the first time you could probably say that none of the team had like an absolute stinker of a game. Usually when we discuss a game, we say, oh, he was absolutely rotten and off it. I didn't think that was the case on Wednesday night. I don't know what anyone else thinks about that, though.
I think there was many good performances from the team Wednesday, plenty of them. I was delighted to see my Turkish delight getting his second start for the first time in his Rangers career, believe it or not. So I thought he played well, but there's plenty of better performers out there. It was just a good team performance from Rangers. Ali, obviously 5 different goal scorers, which is pleasing as well. And I think the manager's enjoying. He said he doesn't care who scores, but I think that's important. If you've got goals all over the pitch, I think it's important Rangers do have that. How does he keep this? How does he keep this going forward? But what did you take from the game? I know you went on the post match, but what did you take from the game? How does he keep this going forward?
I hope you heard, Ryan. Me and Carney gave your Turkish delight praise on the podcast. I know you've pulled me up before on this one.
Aye, well, it's about time because I actually thought it was a bit of there's something going on with Borna Barisic and Yilmaz with you. I know you kind of favour Borna Barisic, was fair enough, but I seen you giving a bit of praise to him, so it's noted, Mr. Pearson. It's noted.
Yes.
Just quickly say thanks to Des, since all you are ignoring it. So thank you very much, Des, for the 10 quid, mate. Really do appreciate that.
Can I do two things at once here, the 3 years?
Fuck's sake.
But no, I thought Yilmaz was very good, Ryan. But no, going forward with this Rangers team, he's got to keep the momentum going. It was very enjoyable to watch that. The first half, there was a wee spell, like me and Carney said, not a lull, but we had control of the ball, but we didn't go and really kill the game in the first half when we could have. Danilo had a couple of chances. Second half of me, Ryan, brilliant. Just the way they moved the ball, off the ball as well. I just thought Rangers were brilliant all over the park. I thought certain players, Balogun out the cold, I thought he was brilliant. Obviously you'll come out to individual players, but overall, Ryan, I just thought it was a really good performance, and you can start to see Clement's style of play. You can see what he's doing with this Rangers team. He's only been in the door a few weeks now, but you can slowly start to see it with him, and it's promising signs. And for me, Ryan, he's got a build on it. You look at the 3 league games he's been in now. That's been how many goals has that been? That's been 5, 4, 2. So 11 goals we've scored, conceded 1, maximum points in the league. So it's I know the Hearts game wasn't great, but we got there in the end. So thanks very much, Lorraine, for the kind
well
donation
done,
there.
Alistair. Congratulations, mate. Do things at one time, mate.
That's me done my bit. That's fucking off my done now. But no, we need to kick on, Ryan. How many times have we said this season after good results, we need to kick on. We need to go on a win and run for me. And a win and run of 10, 12, 15 games for me. That's what we need to do. We need to basically win every game up to the Old Firm. That's what we need to do. And but he's put a marker down for me, Ryan. And that's why a lot of Rangers fans are looking forward to going to Hampden on Sunday, because we can start to see a style of play with this Rangers team. And there's a confidence about them. A lot of players there. So, no, it's all good going forward. But let's motor on now. The foundations are there. Let's motor on.
Yeah, I totally agree with your style, mate. I think you can definitely see he's already implemented something, and it excites you because that's all you were asking when the former regime were in. That you would just want a style, some sort of identity to the team. And just touch on what you say before I come to Carney. I don't think you could have a better game. I think after a performance like that, I think the best thing for this team to have is a pressure game, which it is. It's a pressure game on Sunday. We all know we've had some Hampden howlers. Let's see what they do on Sunday, and obviously we'll come on to it. Carney, I asked Ali there as well. Just it's for me, handbrake off on Wednesday. It was a delight to watch in the second half. How does he keep this momentum going?
Yeah, I think that's the crucial bit now. This can't just be a blip. It can't be a wee mark that we look back in a couple of weeks and go, well, we were really good against Dundee in the second half. It can't be like that, and it needs to continue on. Look, everything that Clement's doing right now, and it's a lot of people say you can't get too carried away. It's only been a few games. I am starting to get a wee bit carried away with it, because I'm going, he's not only fixing stuff that we've been seeing on the pitch, he's fixing the mentality of the players. He's fixing of this, the never give up thing that you're saying. I don't want him to have a slogan or a thing that everybody kind of passes around or whatever, but it's crucial to discuss the fact that he's changing the mentality of the team. The first half, we did say it was a lull. It was a bit of a lull. There was points that it was just very safe, keep possession stuff, which is going to happen in football games, but we're impatient and we're expecting more. We were never in any real great danger, and as Ali rightly said, Danilo should have had the game out of touching distance for Dundee in that first half. But the second half, we just steamrolled over the top of them. There was no coming back from them. Getting the second goal, getting the third, and we just kicked on from there. We really did, and you could see the belief in the players where they thought we could get a few here, and they didn't stop. They didn't take their foot off the gas. The fact that our last goal was a penalty and how many 80 odd minutes it was, just shows that this team is not stopping. They're going to just continue to roll through, and that's what we need to be doing. So many times we've been sitting in the past 2-3 years, we've been sitting after a 2-0 win away, you're going, we could have scored 5, 6. Now we have scored 5, and that didn't flatter Rangers on Wednesday night. That, if anything, flattered Dundee, I thought, because it could have been 6, 7, 8, no problem at all. And I don't think anybody would have had any qualms about it. And when you've got Kevin Clancy assisting you in the game, I mean, if he assists Rangers goals from now on, then I'll take everything back that I'll say about Kevin Clancy. But no, it's crucial now for him just to... And it's the way that he's handling it with the media as well, mate. He's keeping everybody's feet on the ground, and I think it's really important to do so. It's all about building a momentum and building this story that he wants and getting the best out of players that he can. Gordon, thank you very much for the £5, mate. I really do appreciate that. Very much appreciated. But yeah, it's all about just keeping the momentum rolling in any real way that he can, mate. I'm starting to see patterns of play within attacking patterns of play that he's starting to implement, and he's doing it bit by bit. But so far, everything that I'm seeing is working, mate. It's fair enough. We were poor against Hearts. I do get that. I think the players let him down more than the manager let us down. It was more the players on Sunday, and the reaction from Sunday to Wednesday night. Delighted with it, mate. Absolutely delighted. And we just have to hope again, and we keep saying it, and we've said that a million times before, we just need to hope that this is a stepping stone. And Ali's right. There is a foundation there of what, no, maybe not the team, maybe not the squad, but the style of play, the type of game that Clement wants, and like I said, Bill there, that Clement wants Rangers to play. So yeah, I'm beginning to get a wee bit carried away, mate, because everything that I'm seeing, especially on Wednesday night in the second half, I can have really no complaints. If you'd have told me that Dessers and Lammers were going to score on Wednesday night and we were going to win 5-0, I would not believe you. So I was delighted with the performance, and still am.
I think if you went into the bookies and put that bet on for those two to score, you'd have been in the funny farm. It was, I don't think anyone expected it. Scotia Carney makes a good point, not to bring it down, but obviously there was that performance against Hearts on Sunday there, and it wasn't great. What Clement is getting a reaction out of this team. I don't think there's any doubt about that. They're definitely, whether he's giving them a kick up the backside, but he's definitely getting a reaction that the former manager wasn't getting out of them. But also there was a change in formation for me in terms of this 4-2-3-1, and it was quite evident that you could see it. What are you taking from Clement? Do you think he's getting a kick out of the players, or do you think the players are starting to play for him, or a bit of both?
I think overall it's probably a bit of both, but I think it comes down to the simple fact, I mentioned this maybe last week or the week before, that Clement's given them clear instructions on what to do, and like simple instructions, nothing too complicated, and they're able to execute them. I think you mentioned the game against Hearts last week there. I think that's potentially more to do with the team selection on the day, or certain players selected to play in that game on the day. I know we'll come on to talk about individuals later, but I think up front, definitely you could see the difference it made with having Danilo on, and the movement that he offered you over what Dessers did the week before. But no, I think that it's Clement giving them clear instructions to go out and execute, and the players are able to do that. I get the feeling they were getting asked to do far too much under Beale, and constantly changing it every week as well. You remember under Beale, it was constantly getting changing and getting tweaked. So I think Clement's come in and simplified everything and let them go out and play, and the players were able to do that and pay them back in kind, really, apart from that Hearts game. But other than that, I think we've played pretty well in the games that he's managed so far.
Yeah, you mentioned individual scores, so I'll stay with you. We could go through the full team. I'll just pick a few. Thank you, Billy McWhirter. Really appreciate that. 2 things at once. I'll take a wee star for that as well.
Thank you, done, Ryan. Congratulations, mate.
Very well done.
Gaffer,
thank you.
Very well.
Yeah, thank you, Billy. That's really appreciated. The donations are phenomenal, guys. Honestly, overwhelming. Sidetracked a wee bit there. Sorry. We could pick quite a few players from Wednesday night. One I want to talk about just now is Scott Wright, someone who I criticise a lot. I think we all have had to get Scott Wright at first. What I'll always say about Scott Wright is he always gives 100%, and I think he looks one of the fittest players at Ibrox. What did you make of his performance on Wednesday?
Yeah, I think Scott Wright had a pretty good game. I don't think he was among the standouts that we had tonight, but I thought he was fairly solid and he executed his job pretty well. I'd mentioned as well when Clement came in, that we would maybe start to see players that we didn't think we would see this season. And when I'd said that, I was kind of in my mind, I was thinking, I think we might see a bit more of Scott Wright, certainly initially, but until players get back to full fitness and things, because Scott Wright, from hear people speak, hear managers speak about them, they keep on saying that he's brilliant to work with, brilliant at training and things like that. And managers pick up on that. I know Clement mentioned stuff about training in his press conference today and getting players to meet their tasks. And obviously he's come in and seen that Scott Wright's doing that and awarded him a place in the team. And Scott Wright on Wednesday night there, I thought had a fairly good game. There are still criticisms to Scott Wright's game, and I think it's an area that we will need to look to improve in the future. But we've got Scott Wright at the moment up until January at the very minimum. So it's up to Clement to make good use of him, and for Wright to do that. Wright, he turns up in big games as well. So I know the game against Dundee there, you wouldn't class that as a big game, but Wright's been one of these players that comes into big games and he puts on a decent performance. The main thing for me with Wright that he lacks is his final ball, and particularly his final ball when shooting. It really lets him down, I think. But I've never been as kind of against Scott Wright playing for Rangers as I seem to hear from an awful lot of other people. But maybe that's just me. But I thought he had a fairly decent game on Wednesday.
Come on, Scotia.
I thought we were going to get a full house. I thought we were going to get a full house.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't even looking at that. Sorry, Dundee Taylor. I wasn't looking at the bottom of the screen there. Sorry.
Scotia, yes, congratulations. A full house, everybody. Well done.
Come on, Scotia.
Yeah, thank you, Dundee Taylor.
I wasn't even listening to what he was saying. I was
wondering what you were trying to do.
Come on, Scotia, come on.
Scotia, I think there'll be a 1-1 in your calendar with a gaffer here, and I think you'll be getting a bit of feedback on that. It wasn't flawless, let's put it that way.
JD can Scotia multitask. Drum roll. Well, we got there in the end. Brilliant.
Yeah, well done. Aye, and again, thank you very much, Dundee Taylor. Aye, I just want to pick Scott Wright, and I'll get the other two boys for you on this, because I did think he was really good. I like how direct Scott Wright is. Sometimes he just looks as if he'll take the ball and just run with it. And I think we need that, because I am not overcritical. I always criticise this Rangers team for overpassing, and I don't think he's interested in getting involved in that. Ali, what was your views on Scott Wright on Wednesday? I thought he had a good game.
I picked him, so was Carney. Carney picked three players, I think, but I picked Scott Wright as my man of the match. I thought Scott Wright was very good. You need to remember, Scott Wright was nearly away to Turkey. He's appeared in the team under Beale out of nowhere. He's been a bit part player. He's kind of come under Clement now, but I thought he was very good, Ryan. I agree with yourself. I like him because he's direct. He takes players on. He doesn't play a safe ball. When he gets a ball, he likes to drive past players, create space. I thought he was very good. I thought his touch was very good against Dundee. John, there was one where he pulled out the sky. Me and Carney both looked at each other and went, what a touch that was. Helped assist some of the goals as well. Yes, he can improve in his shooting. His shooting for me isn't great. But as Scotia says, he does turn up in big games. I mean, he's played the Europa League final. He played against Hearts in the Scottish Cup final, scored a goal there as well. So he does contribute for Rangers. And I said to Carney and on the post-match, for me, he's put himself in a short window for starting against Hearts on Sunday, because I thought it was a very good performance for Scott Wright. It's whether we can get consistency out of him, because we see this sometimes and then he falls away. But yeah, I couldn't fault him at all. Like I said, he was my man of the match, Ryan. So spoiler alert, he's in my team for Sunday.
Get some new power, man.
Yeah. I knew it. No, I agree with you, mate. He's in my team for Sunday. I think he's earned his spot. I always expect Scott Wright to kind of fall away the next game or the game after that. But listen, he played well everybody's on a clean slate with the new management team, so he played well. Carney, I think you've been a fan of Scott Wright in the past, and he's fallen out of favour. He was obviously away to Turkey twice, but didn't agree to move. New manager in place. He's not the only one who seems to have a kind of new lease of life, mate. What did you think of his performance? I know you spoke about it in the post-match, but just give us a wee bit of insight into what you thought of him on Wednesday.
Yeah, I think it's the way I think, no offence, Scotia, I think you were slightly harsh on him. I thought he was one of the standouts. And look, it might be because he's been so poor recently that when you get a good performance out of him, it kind of sticks out to you like a sore thumb, I suppose. But I thought he was good, and I thought he was actually having an effect coming in off the wing. I thought, and the touch Ali mentioned was absolutely sublime. It really was, to kill the ball the way that he did. And I think cutting in, it was actually more effective, and whether that's something we're going to see more of him. He's one that I want to see. I want every player, and I know I'll criticise players all the time, and I do get that, but I want them to prove me wrong. I don't want them to be a failure, because if they're a success, my team's going to be a success. It's as simple as that. And we haven't seen enough from Scott Wright in recent times, but a performance like that on Wednesday night, it's not going to do him any harm at all. I thought he was really good. I thought he was really positive. I thought he looked like he had a wee bit more belief in himself. He is very quick. He's a very quick player. We could utilise that at times as well. There's absolutely no doubt about it. And yeah, the same criticism probably still stands, that his shooting's not the best. His final product might not be up there yet, but developing under a new manager, a second lease of life out, a player that could offer you something, he's the Scottish homegrown thing, isn't he, Scotia? He can be that. Is that right?
Sorry, what did you say?
Is the Scottish homegrown thing for the quota thing? Is that correct?
You can use them as one of those.
Yeah, so again, that's a positive to him as well. I know it's not a positive, but you know what I mean. So look, I'm all for it. But I don't think he's done himself any harm at all. I thought he was very good. And I think I actually said to Ali at one point while we were watching this, I was like, Scott Wright probably deserves a goal here. I was like, because that's how much of an impact I thought he was having on the game. I thought he tried his heart out. He really did. And yeah, look, it tends to happen when a new manager comes in. There's always one or two that have maybe been on the fringes, maybe not getting first team football. All of a sudden they're starting to show something a wee bit extra in training, or a new manager seeing it with different eyes and seeing more out of him than others did, and he's looking to take his opportunity. I don't think Scott Wright. I think Scott Wright could have probably got a move sorted to Turkey if he wanted to, but ultimately he's made the decision as well to stay at Rangers. So he's obviously willing to work for the shirt in order to earn the jersey, and I'm all for things like that. Generally, I think it brings out the best in players. Competition within places, players try to prove a point, and yeah, I'm all for it. So no, I thought Scott Wright was very effective. I thought he was very effective on Wednesday night, and more of the same from him going forward.
Yeah, Scott Wright gets another chance without a doubt, because, like I say, I think he tries his heart out. I never look at Scott Wright and think to myself, you're not trying or you're not interested, and I always think he looks really fit as well. So under a proper management team, I think we just see how it goes with Scott Wright. A player I want to touch on, because I've given him a lot of criticism over the past probably couple of seasons, and you spoke about belief, Carney. Scotia, will come to you first, is John Lundstram. I think that he deserves some plaudits, because he clearly has a bit more belief in himself. Again, it might be the management team who have installed this in him, or he's just had a bit of form. He's turned it around a bit for me, John Lundstram. He is looking a bit more like himself, and a bit more confident. And I think he deserves his place in the squad. He's one of the first names in the team sheet at the moment with the new management team. How are you finding John Lundstram under Clement?
Yeah, well, Lundstram would have been my man of the match on Wednesday night. I thought he had a terrific game from the first half and second half. Jack came on to a game in the second half, but I thought Lundstram was pretty solid throughout both halves. And yeah, he's had a couple of howlers this season, but on the other ones, he's generally kind of been playing all right. Not great, and the way he plays, I think, kind of relies on how well players are playing about him and things, because he'll still do the thing that he does that we moan at when we've had a poor game, that he'll slow the game down and things like that. He still does that, but as long as the rest of the team are playing with sort of pace and validity, then it doesn't really get noticed. And I just thought on Wednesday night in particular, he just really controlled the middle of the pitch for us. And I think he's games under Clement so far have been decent. And like you say, I think I would like to think this is more of a thing that Clement's come in and told him, right, this is exactly what I want you to do. And Lundstram went, right, yep, I can do that, rather than getting overcomplicated. Because at times he was getting played, as a defensive deep line midfielder, then one game, then box-to-box midfielder the next, then something else the next. Whereas Clement's come in, sorry, I've done a Carney there and mentioned Beale again. Clement's got him in and got a clear role for him in the team. And I think he's thriving under it at the moment right now.
Yeah, you steady on Dundee, Taylor. You get that Jack Amara. That's
Amara.
retired. That's
is.
retired. Ali, John Lundstram, for me, is not a new lease of life, but you can see he's enjoying his football under Clement. I think he was, I'm going to say it, I thought he was absolutely terrible under Beale. Whether that's Beale or whether that's Lundstram, it doesn't matter. It's in the past now. He's definitely turned a corner a bit, John Lundstram.
Yeah, I think he's been quietly very good. The role he plays for Rangers is a no-frills role, if you want to say, because he's not glamorous on the ball, if you want to say. He doesn't take on players, beat players, etc. But I think he does it very effectively, and I think he's a key component, if you want to say, now in this Rangers team, Ryan. You looked at even the centre-halves were pushing forward quite confidently because he knew Lundstram could just sit deep in there, they could just cover. But he was also going with the ball at times, driving forward, just like Ryan Jack was in the second half. Yeah, I thought he's been good. I thought he has been good. And yeah, we need to see more of that from John Lundstram, because I agree with you, under Beale, he wasn't great at all, along with a lot of other players. So it's not just him, but his side-to-side passing, he slowed us down a lot. I don't see that in this Rangers team at the moment with him. And yeah, I think Clement likes him. I think he'll be a key player for Rangers this season.
I hope you're right, Carney. John Lundstram, I think he's a solid 7 out of 10 at the moment, which is a vast improvement on the possible 1 and 2 out of 10, which he was under Beale a lot. I'm not saying rush to the boardroom and get him signed up, get a new contract, but if we can get this kind of performance out from now to the end of the season, I think he could be a good player for us this year.
Definitely. Bluebells or Blue asked pretty much the same thing. If he remains consistent, does he get a new contract, lads? I'm not going to be a hypocrite, because I have criticised Lundstram quite a lot, really, in recent times, and I can't agree more that under Beale he was terrible, absolutely terrible. But I do believe that he's another one that's benefiting from these roles that Clement are giving players. He's not simplifying the game, because I still think he's quite a smart guy in terms of the way that he approaches football and what he asks players to do. But it's clear instructions, and I don't think that was happening under Beale. Look, I don't know. There's never been somebody come out and said that we didn't know what we were doing, but just using my own eyes, watching the game of football, it very much looked like the squad and the players didn't know what they were doing. Whereas with Clement, you can see it. You can see what he's telling these players to do. I think Lundstram's very comfortable in the role that Clement's asking him to play. He'll play in front of that back line. He'll pick the ball up when he can. He'll break up play. He's got some dig on him. He does. He's not scared to get absolutely stuck in, which you love in that kind of number 6 role in a Rangers team. But I mean, I still, unless, again, if he keeps this form up for the rest of the season, I think it opens a discussion for us to think, should we be keeping him? It's all about consistency now for John Lundstram. It really is, to continue to get back to some form that he was in, because at times we all thought he was fabulous, magnificent, like a great, and then he just fell off a cliff, really, and he didn't really come back from it, and if anything, he was getting worse. But I still think if he slips back into his old form, he goes back into the conversation of he's what's wrong with the core of this team. But if he consistently performs a 7 out of 10, 8 out of 10, and moves himself away from that bracket, then again it resorts back to me saying about Scott Wright. And I want these players to prove me wrong, because if they're a success, we're a success. So right now we could all be riding a crest of the wave. I get that. I'm not getting too ahead of myself, but so far from what you're seeing, yeah, I'm impressed with it. I really am. And I thought Lundstram's a fantastic shout for man of the match on Wednesday night, because he just marshalled that midfield. He was in complete control. So no, I thought he was good, but it is all about consistency and retaining his form going forward now for the rest of this season. And John Allen, thank you very much for buying the podcast a coffee, mate. Very much appreciated.
Yeah, thank you, John. And I echo what you're saying about John Lundstram. I think if he's given a consistent role, as what Scotia said, he can boss a midfield. He's got it at his locker, and it's good to see. And we all know John Lundstram cares about Rangers, and it is good to see. I'm not quite rushing to get him a new contract yet, but hopefully he just keeps the form up and kicks on for us. I wonder if John Lundstram manscapes, boys. I wonder. It's time for a word from our sponsors. We've teamed up with Manscaped to bring you the ultimate solution to dealing with that relentless stubble situation. Brace yourselves, because Manscaped is making a statement in the beard game with the all-new Handyman electric face shaver. Your ticket to a face as smooth and as sharp as Phil Clement's head. minus the chaos of a traditional shave. Join the 9 million gents worldwide who've entrusted their grooming to Manscaped with our exclusive offer. Hop over to manscaped.com and use the code CLUB22 to snag a glorious 20% off and score free shipping. With the Handyman's skin-safe technology, those pesky nicks and cuts are history, giving you the confidence to aim for the super close shave. Whether it's a wet or dry affair, Handyman is your trusty sidekick, ready for action wherever you go. Its compact design and airplane friendliness make it your ultimate on-the-go grooming tool. And for the lads who flaunt a little extra scruff, behold the Manscaped Beard Hedge Trimmer Pro Kit. This thing is a juggernaut of fixing faces. The cordless trimmer gives you 20 haircut lengths, all the one guard. Face grooming doesn't need to be hard. The Beard Hedger is a high-tech piece of art and travel-size package with a long-lasting battery, universal charging, and strong motor. Trust me, gents, you can't go wrong with any of these options. Manscaped has your grooming game locked and loaded. Get 20% and free shipping with the code CLUB22 at manscaped.com. That's 20% off with free shipping at manscaped.com and use the code CLUB22. Hit the refresh button with Handyman and the Beard Hedge Pro Trimmer from Manscaped.
Well done, mate. You got there. Scotia, have you used your Handyman yet?
Not yet. I was going to use it.
Scotia, no, that's the wrong answer. That's the wrong answer, mate. The answer is yes, you have used it.
I have, yes.
Honestly.
Take two. Have you used it yet, Scotia?
Yes, it's very good. I enjoy it.
It's not hard, mate. It's not hard.
You see, it gives you a very clean shave.
That is actually pretty good, though. I don't use it. This bit, obviously, the actual beard, but the roundabout bit is very good. Very, very good.
But I wonder if the listeners think we are just genuinely saying that. Like, their stuff is, like, see their trimmers and that, they're brilliant.
Brilliant,
like,
man.
Absolutely brilliant.
Class. Yeah.
Unfortunately for me, I'm starting to get grey at either side, so it doesn't dye it. But I'm just waiting on Manscaped bringing a dye range just for men or something like that. Aye. It'll stop me looking as if I've got some sort of shifty goatee. I thank you very much, Manscaped, for your continued support. And guys, it is coming close to Christmas, so get involved with that discount code, because I don't think it'll get any better than that. Okay, so we spoke a couple of positive individuals. That was a positive half an hour from me. That's as much as you're getting. Turn your smiles to frowns. No, I'm only joking. I want to talk about a couple of other individuals. They did have good games, but I think it's been a talking point all season about these two guys. We all know who I'm going to talk about, but it is Sam Lammers and Cyril Dessers. Both scored on Wednesday. Yes, both of them scored on Wednesday, and very good goals as well. Scotia, Sam Lammers. We were texting the chat a bit on Wednesday. I said, I think it was Carney had text just saying what's happening with Sam Lammers, what is he doing? We need to get rid of this guy, kind of thing. And then I heaped in, as I always do, and I said, I'm literally starting to feel sorry for him. I think it was just when he'd done that ice skating moment where he tried to turn the ball and he just fell on the ground, and I don't know what he's trying to do. But anyway, he pops up on cue because he's obviously heard that I've texted and ripped him, and he pops up with an absolute worldie from outside the box, a ripper. More of that, please. What did you think of his performance and obviously his goal as well?
Yeah, Lammers, I know when you guys sent that in, and I was watching the game on Dundee TV, and when he done that and slipped, I was like, oh, he's going to get pelters for that because it's Sam Lammers. But there was a couple of players throughout the game had slipped in that area of the pitch, and the Dundee commentary team were saying that it's a problem area that they've had for years, and it was pretty slippery conditions down that end, so maybe a wee bit of leeway for that one. But overall, I don't think Lammers had a bad game on Thursday night. I'm not saying he was one of our best players. You know, he was probably down to be like, if I was ranking all 11 players that started the game, he'd be down near the bottom. But I thought he had a decent game. It was similar to some of the players in the first half. Things not quite coming off for him at times, but I thought he was all right. He reminded me more of how he was, not pre-season, well, maybe in between pre-season and starting, that you could see that there was something there to work with, rather than what we've seen really recently with him, where it's like there's no point. The boys just completely, like you say, lost the head. I think there was definite signs of improvement from him there on Wednesday night. And the goal itself was absolutely sublime. His strike itself, goal of the season contender, but when you play it back and look at the build-up to the goal, there's like 14 passes in the Rangers team. Big Balogun breaks out of defence after he sees the space opening up in front of him and passes it in, and it was an absolutely stunning goal. Really pleased for him to get that, because shooting's not been great at times. Jack, I think Jack as well, came in and stole the chance off him, which I was pleased about, because it was the kind of chance in that goal in the first 5 minutes that he might have missed. But the goal that he scored was absolutely phenomenal.
Aye, and what did you think? Do you think Donald Rice would have enjoyed at Scotia? Or
Yes.
try
Sorry,
to
Donald,
give you a
yes.
hint here. Try to give you a hint
I'm
here.
not looking at. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm not looking at the bottom left hand of my screen when I'm talking to you. So apologies, Donald. Thank you very much for becoming a member.
There you go. Welcome, Donald. Thanks for coming.
Literally, as soon as he started there, me and Ali are just sitting, shaking our heads at each other like, mate, it's right there. It's literally right there.
And Donald, this is what you get at Club at 22. Professionalism.
Professionalism, exactly.
Right to
exactly.
the end. A minute late and we just can't even read wee pop-ups like that. But yeah, welcome, Donald. Ali, Sam Lammers. I'll be honest with you, I didn't think he was good on Wednesday, but I'm delighted. Obviously, he got his goal. We can see he enjoyed it. I would play him on Sunday. I don't know if you boys would. I would play him on Sunday just because he scored a goal. So I might be up for the shooting range for that one. What did you think of Lammers and his goal as well, Ali?
Yeah, I thought he was okay on Wednesday night. Take the goal out of the equation. I thought he was okay in general play, but considering what he's been, I mean, he's been terrible this season. Thought he was all right. He still labours on a ball for me too much. Gave the ball away a couple of times. He did have a few nice touches, a few nice passes at times. So you need to give him praise for that. But the goal that's a worldie. I've seen him try to do similar stuff to this in other games. It's not come off, but what a goal it was. Just to turn back on his left foot and smash it. Underside of the bar and in always looks good, but fantastic. I just hope he can motor on for here, Ryan. I really do, because he's a guy that obviously confidence is a big thing for him. So I hope he takes that and motors on. I know you're saying about playing him in your team on Sunday. I'm interested to see who our midfield strike force is on Sunday when we come to the teams. But yeah, he's Clement likes him. He did mention he likes him because he's got a bit of height. In terms of, we're quite a small team in certain places. He likes Lammers because he's got a bit of height. But more of that, Lammers, for me. More of that, and he'll get the fans back on. So I was delighted for him. I don't want to sit here and bash Sam Lammers every week with the rest of you guys here. I want, if they're pulling a Rangers top on, you want them to do well, and I hope he goes on and proves us wrong. But as I say, it's a start for him, and yes, give me that on Sunday, Sam Lammers, and watch the Rangers win away and go Toronto.
Aye. I think the thing with it, Carney, with his goal was it came from absolutely nowhere. It looked as if, I mean, he's no confidence, Sam Lammers, but to have the confidence to do that, then there's obviously something in there with him. He's obviously persevering and always a big advocate for play yourself into form. And that's what he has to do at the moment. What did you think his performance? Did you think he was decent on Wednesday?
I'll be completely honest, Scotia. I think you're being very generous to him. I'm not going to lie, mate. I thought he was, if you take his goal out of it, he's a 6 at the absolute best, at like a 5 maybe for me. I didn't think he was great at all. I really didn't. I thought, again, he was doing these turns and then passing it back the way, and it's trying to make yourself look a bit busy. I don't know. And literally just before, Donald, thanks very much, mate, for becoming a member and doing a super stick, I think you call that. So I really do appreciate that, mate. Thank you so much, Donald. But I think Ali said, I think, are we just playing him until something happens? And maybe that is the something that happened. I don't know. The goal is superb. I'm taking absolutely nothing away from it. It is a screamer. It is goal of the season contender. Always looks great when it hits off the underside of the bar. It was an absolute cracker of a goal. But in terms of the rest of the game, I didn't think he didn't show me anything more that I think, oh, you deserve more time on the pitch. I didn't. But I think Clement looks like he's going to stick with him and look like he's going to try and get something out of him. Whether when Tom Lawrence comes back to full fitness and Cantwell gets back to full fitness, we see a different story. I don't know. It's going to, time will tell within that. But Lammers must know that these players are getting there and they're nearly there and they're almost back in the team, and he'll be looking to try and keep his start. But I think he's a very frustrating player to watch. I think my opinion's really changed much on that, but I can't really take out anything away from the goal. The goal was superb, and the pass for Dessers as well, for Dessers to go through and score his. It was brilliant, really, really good. And I hope it's the kind of catalyst for him to build a bit of form on, because we'd seen glimpses of it, as I say, pre-season, but since then we've seen very, very, very little, and that's me being particularly kind about it. But yeah, I can't take anything away from the goal, mate. It's going to be up there for goal this season for sure.
Yeah, mate, it's an absolute ripper. I want to see more of it from him. I think Lammers can be very guilty of turning his soul into trouble. He'll win a ball, and then when he wins it, he either looks to take the player on that he's won the ball from or passes it to the opposition. It's his choice. His choice for me is all wrong at times, but I really hope he kicks on, because I did see something from him at the beginning of the season, and I'll stick with that. But it's a long way back from him. That's all I'll say. But hopefully he can play sort of form. We'll quickly touch on Dessers as well, because we've ripped him. We all have. So he deserves a wee bit of praise for his finished Scotia. What did you think of Dessers on Wednesday? I know he didn't get all that much of game time, but what did you think of his goal?
Yeah, I mean, he was only on the pitch for about 15 minutes. The goal itself's an absolutely great goal as well, because he takes the shot on and he goes for the keeper's near hand post and buries it in there. So maybe easier to cut across the goal and shoot that way. But no, I thought it was a very decent goal. And again, that's hopefully gives him a bit of confidence. But like I say, he was only on the pitch for 15 minutes, so you can't really take too much out of that, because there's not a time to really do much in the game. Well, they did manage to get that goal though. So
yeah,
I still don't think once Danilo's up to full fitness, he'll be our number one striker, and it all depends on what system Clement will settle on once every player's back fit. If Dessers gets in a starting lineup, and certain games he might,
yeah. I think Curry Muncher. I don't know if it's Curry Muncher's a bit tongue in cheek there with the 20+ goals, but yeah, if he's not the only Rangers fan. I've spoken to a couple of people who are like, they've still fancied Dessers to kick on this season. I don't. I just don't see much. But Ali, what did you think of Dessers? I know he only played 15 minutes, but could this goal give him the confidence to kick on a bit now?
I hope so. As soon as Lammers scored, the first thing I was saying to Karen is, we need to get Dessers on, because it was that game, you could feel it was the perfect game to bring him on. And it was a good ball by Lammers as well. Obviously, Clancy got his wee assist in there, which was good, but it was a good ball by Lammers through him. And me and Carney were rearing him on. I think it was like a day at the horses when he was away there.
We were.
And
edge of the seats, went we were like, God, I know.
Was it 100 to 1?
Yeah, he was like, I thought he was running quicksand at one point, but he got away from the guy and finished it lovely. You got to say, a fantastic finish by him. And he's the problem, and Scotia's hit the nail on the head there. The problem is Danilo is the number one striker now. So I think he's going to find it difficult getting into this Rangers team, because you can see the difference between Danilo and him. So I think he'll find it difficult. But if he can come on for 15, 20 minutes in a game, Ryan, and contribute with goals, that's what you ask for. So again, it gives him more confidence going forward, because after his goal against Hibs, we thought, can he kick on? He was very poor in the European game, and he was poor at Hearts, but he's came on, got a goal. So yeah, it's all positive for me.
Yeah, it was all positive. And just quickly, Carney, do you think he is, as Ali said, I think he's on the bench now? Obviously, Danilo for me is the number one striker. I personally think I'm obviously always going to be half empty. I thought the goalkeeper should be saving that all day when it's near post. Dessers, what are you doing with him? Are you starting him, or are you putting him on the bench going forward?
No, I think it's clear Danilo's going to be the number one striker, and I think really from the get-go, Danilo was going to be the number one striker, but for some reason, best known to Michael Beale, it didn't really come to fruition, and we didn't see Danilo get a consistent run in the team. Look, Dessers, I know he's came on and he scored the 4th, and it's a game where Dundee were already kind of dead and buried. There was not much in it for Dundee, but he still scored the goal. Do you know what I mean? And it's still something that we need our strikers to be doing. Maybe this is his game. Maybe he's an impact sub. There's players that have made careers out of it, being an impact sub. We don't know. It's time will tell with him. But one thing's for sure, it's not going to do him any harm at all getting a goal and scoring it the way he did. I think the keeper probably should do better, mate, after seeing it back. I think he kind of gets wrong-footed and thinks he's about to smash it across him, and he almost overthinks the save. But even at that, he still smashes it home left-footed. I'm more than happy for it. And me and Ali Rice, I seen this. It was like we were urging him on, literally on edges. He's like, "Go on, just score, please score," because we want him to score. Of course we do. Yeah, we want him to score. Of course we do. We want him to contribute. But no, as you say, another one that's same as Lammers, mate. You need to hope it's a start or something.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we've all said it at some point in this podcast or others. As long as we've got a Rangers jersey on, we've all slated and will slate them, but if they're doing well, if they're scoring for Rangers, that is all that matters. Boys, I sent the agenda over to you earlier on, and I was going to talk about the pyro and just get your views. I think our views would have been different, but I'm not going to speak about it. I'm not going to bring it up tonight as a subject because I think it's been a positive podcast. Really enjoying the conversation. So I think I'm just going to leave it where it is because I think everyone will have different views on it. Yeah. So I don't think there's much point in bringing it up. I think mostly what's going to be said about the pyro has been said. You either like it or you don't. So we'll leave it at that. So our upcoming match is the Viaplay semi-final at Hampden on Sunday. Of course, it's a Sunday against Hearts. And Phil Clement did the press conference today, and he said we need to do what we have been doing over the past few weeks. We know it will be a tough challenge. It is a big game, and everyone needs to be ready. We focus on the game at hand and putting all our energy into it and do our best to get the result. We're not focusing on external noise. I said from the beginning, every day is important. The players need to show quality, game in, game out, and we need to focus on ourselves. The players are understanding what we want to do, and this is becoming more fluid. It's good for players getting experience together and allowing the team to grow. We won against Hearts because we didn't stop and we kept our belief and desire. We need to bring this to every game. It doesn't matter where we play. It's about winning the games. And that is the sole focus, regardless of the occasion. Talking about players that being available, he said John Souttar will not be available. Neither will Nico Raskin, Rabbi Matondo, and Kemar Roof. Trying not to smile there. Everything else should be available. Everyone else should be available. He said, I love to make players better, to guide them, and to put my passion as a player into other people. I've won trophies in my career, but the satisfaction is having with the players. The satisfaction is having this with the players and the staff. I want my players to be ambitious. The medals will come if they do the correct things. As a coach, you need to invest in your players and their qualities, and you need to see the potential and the tools to develop them. I want my team to be motivated. Everything, regardless of the trophy or occasion, they must be like this every day and show the best in themselves. Those words, boys, were honestly like a fresh apple on a summer's day. I was delighted to hear some of the words that come for me from a winner and from a qualified football manager. I'm not getting too carried away. I just really liked that press conference today. Scotia, Clement he's only been here a few weeks, but he's definitely implementing some sort of standards there behind closed doors. Justin Muir, take it away, Alistair.
Thank you very much, Justin. God bless America, and we will be coming to Texas soon, don't worry. And also, Scotia will bring his cowboy hat as well, don't worry. And Davey 1642, thank you very much as well. Much appreciated. There's a lot of positivity and a lot of love going out tonight, isn't there?
It's lovely, isn't it? It really makes a change. It's great.
It's unbelievable what happens when Rangers are winning and playing well. Honestly, I feel great just now. I feel as if I'm not going to say it because Mum and Dad will be watching. Scotia, where am I? Phil Clement is definitely imposing his style and positivity to this Rangers team. He is saying the things we like to hear, but he's backing it up as well. We had a manager before who was trying to say the right things and keep us happy and not backing it up. What did you make of that press conference, if you've seen it today, or what I said there?
Yeah, I've been liking Clement's press conferences. He says what he wants to say, and that's it. He doesn't go over the top by saying stuff. If he gets asked a question, he'll make comment that, I'm not going to answer that. You just want to write articles. That's not my job. He's very focused on the task at hand here at Rangers, and it's good to see. I thought he came across really well in his press conference once again. There's not much more I can say. And come on, in that respect, they're good. I think they're a nice balance of between what we had under Gio and what we had under Beale. I think Clement's right in the middle there, and that's kind of what you want to hear from a press conference from your manager, because we do get far too many press conferences as it is, and I know the journalists they've got to ask a question and they end up being the same, or they try to do something else. But I thought he handled all the questions pretty well today.
Ryan, I'm just going to say,
Ali,
Curry's joined the Rangers on tour, shooting shots at you, mate. Does tonight appearance now mean that Ryan is actually taking over roof minutes played? Something's starting here.
I was going to start the podcast with that. I can't remember who put the comment, but it's like Callum Pioneer. Somebody said about me being Kmart Roof, and
I think it was Rangers on tour. I'm sure it was. Was it Rangers? I can't remember. Was it Callum Pioneer? I can't mind.
Aye, it's Rangers on tour. I'm getting it tight in the comments again here. Listen, I'll need to put something into HR about this. I need a 1-to-1. Make it something right about this. Ali, I'm just going to ignore the slander that's happening in the comments in a moment and come to you. Phil Clement is his press conference is a breath of fresh air, no?
And there he is. Jim Sloan, as always.
Thank you, Jim.
Thanks very much, Jim. Much appreciated. No, I really enjoyed his press conference today, Ryan. I think Scotia's, again, hit the nail on the head tonight. Maybe not with the ratings and calling that out, but in terms of he's a good mix. We've moaned with previous managers saying don't say enough, then they say too much. I think Scotia's right. He's kind of right in the middle there, but he's saying the right things. He doesn't take. I mean, some of the questions he get asked since he's been here, he just bats them away. Doesn't he give them what they're looking for? These guys, obviously, it's their job to look for headlines. So, but he doesn't give them anything. I like the way he speaks, Ryan. I like the way they were going on about. You look forward to going to Hampden, playing at Hampden as if it's a big, massive. Don't really care. As long as we win, I don't care where we play. In terms of winning the trophy, again, don't care. I'll look at the end of the season. That's what you want for a Rangers manager, Ryan. And a breath of fresh air. He really is. I know he's only been in the door a couple of weeks, but from what I see, from what I hear from him, everything I like so far. And he's a guy, he just looks like a guy, he's got a presence about him, Ryan. And he just looks like a guy that he just wouldn't piss about with, let's be honest. If he goes into that dressing room, if Rangers aren't doing well at half-time on Sunday and he goes in that dressing room, I'd be confident him going in there and getting his message across to the players. So, I'm enjoying him being here so far. So, hopefully, he can deliver trophies for Rangers, because ultimately that's what he's here for. But, he's talking a good game so far, but let's see it on the park. And so far, we're starting to see it.
Yeah, Carney, he's talking a game, as Ali says, but not too much like the previous manager. He is not overdoing it. He is keeping his feet in the ground, but you can see he's setting standards. He has standards himself, and I think it's something that's been missing from the club. And I say that from boardroom level, right down to the squad. So he's making the right noises, isn't he?
Absolutely, and I think you're starting to see why the board have went with him as well, because of the way that he responds to things, his mentality behind what the players should be doing, what they haven't been doing, and even his comments early in the week before the Dundee game about the fitness levels. And he's like, next question, please. This guy's not here to mess about. This guy is not here to take any sort of prisoners at all. I really like the way he handles the press. I really do. It's what I kind of expect from him. He's stern, but he's fair. And I was listening to the press conference driving home today, and when they asked about is it a stepping stone or whatever if Rangers win this cup, etc., and he just went, I'll see you at the end of the season. I will have that discussion at the end of the season. Yes. Just underplaying what the importance of this game is. And obviously the game itself is important to us, the final will be even more important to us, because it's the first chance for us to win this cup in God knows how many years. And it's probably more for us than it is for Clement. if that makes sense. He's not really concerned about that. It's very much one game at a time right now with him. He's very much, and even as Ali said, his comments about you looking forward to going to Hampden, he's like, no. No, he's like, I don't care where we're playing football. Like, I expect the same thing. I expect the same mentality from the team. You're always ready to go. You're always ready to play football no matter where it's going to be. He's very good, mate, very stern, and I believe a lot of the players have got a wake-up call, a big wake-up call when he's went in there and he said, you're not doing that anymore. This is what you're doing. And I'm telling you, this is what you're doing. Brilliant. He's a good, he seems like he's good with his discipline. Even I thought it was quite funny when the guy's phone went and the press conference started ringing and he's like, that's a fine. I was like, so he's got a bit of humour there as well. I think he's very, very good, but he's very astute with the press. And yeah, so far, mate, everything he's saying, the way he handles himself, I'm very impressed.
Yeah, I've seen that a few times with him. He's got a kind of humorous side. I think that'll play well with the press. At the end of the day, you don't want the press against you because I think it's a very hard game to win the West Coast of Scotland if the press are against you. So, he seems quite an intelligent guy. I'm really like him just now. He just needs to keep getting a reaction out of these players. We know what bipolar Rangers can do, and that leads us on to our teams for Sunday because it's a huge game, a massive game on Sunday because of the way we're playing. I think it's so much running on this game, and Clement will find out a lot about this team because, as we all know, we've fallen at these hurdles before, big pressured games. We've kind of seen a wobble last Sunday when we had the chance to capitalise on that. Lots slipping up on the Saturday, so that's what we don't want to see this Sunday. We need to see a big performance and press and take the game to them because we're a far better team than Hearts. They just need to believe it and need to show it. Ali, Hearts for me I think they'll play the exact same tactics they played on last Sunday. I think they'll look to snatch the first goal, and if they do, they'll push us out to the wings and just hope that we just swing balls in all day. What are you seeing coming on Sunday? And if you just want to give me your team and score after you finish, please.
Yeah, I think they'll play a similar game, like you say, Ryan, to what they played at Ibrox on Sunday.
Yeah.
I think they'll be compact, stuffy. They'll play for set pieces, try and nick the goal. They've got Shankland up front who got a wee bit of joy against us at times. So that's what they'll play for. I seen they won 1-0 during the week. Again, Naismith, if their fans aren't with Naismith, I honestly thought if they maybe dropped or they get beat during the week, they'd be looking for him to go. He's still there. He's been out in the press this week. They'll be looking for revenge against Rangers. But as you say, Ryan, I'd like to think we've got enough to beat Hearts at Hampden. We should. If we want to be serious with winning trophies, we have to be beating teams like Hearts at Hampden in semi-finals. So, no, I'm looking forward to going to the game on Sunday, Ryan. I think most Rangers fans are. We've got a right buzz about us now. And it's up to Rangers players to take it to Hearts. Because they were disappointed against Hearts at Ibrox. I want Rangers for the first whistle to take it to Hearts and hopefully run over the top of them, because if they put the performance in they played against Dundee, Rangers should win that game on Sunday comfortably. So my team for Sunday is Super Jack Butland in goal for this song. So hopefully we'll hear that. Tav, Goldson, hummed hawed about this one. Davies apparently is back. I thought Shankland bullied him a wee bit at Ibrox. I'm putting Balogun in there because I didn't think he put a foot wrong. I'm playing him.
Yeah, Rangers on tour said that as well. I think that's a great shout.
Yeah, I'm playing Balogun for me. I thought he was really good. I know it was Dundee, but I thought he was really good. I'm playing Borna Barisic at left back. I'm joking, Ryan. I'm only joking. I'm not.
That's plenty, Alistair. That's a yellow card. Any more of that, you're off.
Yeah, I'm playing Yilmaz because, again, Ryan, I think he's a guy who deserves to play. I thought he was very good. So he plays for me. And then midfield to front for me, John Lundstram, Ryan Jack, Todd Cantwell for me comes in. I'm sorry, Lammers, after your wonder goal, but Cantwell has to play for me. Danilo in the middle, and either side of him, Seema and Scott Wright. And I'm going 2-0 Rangers, Danilo first goal scorer.
Okay, interesting. I've got maybe one change in my team. I think I'm contradicting myself because I'm looking at Lammers and I'm looking at Wright. I think Cantwell will come in. I think Cantwell will come in for Wright. I'm going to say that, and I think Lammers will play. That is my only change to the team, and I think it's a great shout about Balogun because somebody's got to deal with Shankland. Shankland's went up a gear I was quite impressed with him last Sunday. I think he's a player who's definitely got better and a danger man, somebody we need to watch on Sunday. Scotia, what's your views on the game on Sunday and your team and score, please?
Yeah, very similar to Ali's thoughts on the game, really. I had in my head, like, Hearts will come and I want a wee bit of revenge for the way that they lost the game on Sunday there. But to be honest, I'm like, no, Rangers, after the performance on Wednesday night there, the Rangers would go out and take care of this fairly easily. I think the way that I was feeling going into the game before Hearts last Friday night, I think we should manage to take care of this. The result, winning 5-0, I can't even remember the last time we won a game in the league by 5 goals. Some of the comments might know off the top of their heads, but I can't remember when that was. But that'll give the players a confidence boost. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. At the Hearts, I think I had a quick read of Naismith's press conference, and he said there was one guy coming back, but not someone that would come back and go straight into the team, I don't think. So I expect much the same from them as well. My team, yeah, it's no change. One change from the team on Wednesday night, and the exact same team as Ali. Have Goldson, Balogun, Yilmaz, Button and goals, obviously. Jack Lundstram, Cantwell, Wright, Danilo and Sima. I did consider maybe playing Barisic, just because Hampden's so big. Maybe suit Barisic, but I think Yilmaz, I've always said this, he needs a runny games in the team, and we've not really seen that yet from him. So sticking with Yilmaz. And I'm going 3-1 Rangers, the first goal scorer being Scott Wright.
Interesting. I'll just put my yellow card back in my pocket. I thought you were playing Borna there. Carney, I think we need to be a bit more physical against Hearts. I thought their midfield, is it Newinkoff or something? Apologies for the pronunciation. The number 8, I thought he was very good against us. So I think we've got to be a bit more physical against them. What are you expecting on Sunday and your team and score, please?
Yeah, it's one of those games, mate, that Hearts are going to be up for it. Of course they are. It's pretty much all they have to play for in their season. There's one of the either cups, I suppose. But I expect very much of the same. I think they'll try and have a bit of a go at us to test us to see how we are. I don't think they will have enjoyed seeing us the way we performed in the second half on Wednesday night, and they're probably not concerned, but they're probably like, it's not going to be the same type of game, and I don't expect Rangers to be anywhere near how poor a level they were against Hearts last time we played them. I agree with you in terms of the physicality as well, which is why for a team that I think Balogun keeps his place as well, because I think he'll do a lot better up Shankland than Davis did. But I think Ryan Jack can run into the midfield as well due to Ridvan being injured. I think that's only a good thing in a game like this. A wee bit of experience as well. Jack's been here and done it before. I know he's not got as many medals, winners' medals as you would like, but I still think his experience could be crucial. So I do expect a tough game, yes, but I think Rangers, if we hit anywhere near the form that we hit on Wednesday night, and especially in that second half, I think we'll be absolutely fine. I really do. And it's not often I've said that. I'm looking forward to going, not to Hampden, but I'm looking forward to going to watch Rangers, and it's so refreshing to feel like that. My team, the only change again that I would make would be Cantwell in for Lammers. I do think he'll play Cantwell instead of Wright, though. I think, but my opinion would be to drop Lammers and play Cantwell in there, and then the same team that played on Wednesday night. I wouldn't expect much changes. I'm going for 3-0 Rangers, and I'm going for Cantwell to score first.
Cantwell to score first. I'm going to go 3-0. I'll go 3-0 Rangers as well. I'm going to go Sima Brace. I think I said this last week as well, but I'm going to go Sima Brace. I'm really liking Sima at the moment. So I'll go for Sima Brace and 3-0 and keep the positivity going, because this feels good.
Feels great.
It really is. It really is. It's one of these games. If Rangers can turn up and play well as well on Sunday, I think that'll be a statement to show that they do have some sort of hunger and mentality for this season, because it is not all done. So they need to show that on Sunday. I think if they don't, then there'll certainly be a lot of questions about their mentality and what they can do, and whether bipolar Rangers are back, but let's hope not. That'll do, gents. I have ran over slightly, so apologies to everyone, but I really enjoyed that podcast. Before I say bye to the guys, as I said at the beginning, like, share and subscribe. Get involved in the Manscaped discount code. It is Christmas coming up after all. Ali Pearson, thank you for your company this evening. You were about an 8 out of 10 this evening.
I'll take an 8 out of 10. That's quite a decent mark. I wonder what Scotia gets. I wonder if he's an 8 out of 10 or if he's a... We'll find out when you give him a mark. But no, I look forward to Sunday, Ryan. Really enjoyed the podcast tonight. Positivity on the podcast.
It's lovely.
So hopefully that's what we're going forward. But no, really look forward to Sunday. And it's down to Rangers. I don't think they'll take Hearts lightly. I don't think they'll roll in there thinking that because Celtic's out this cup that their name's on it. But I want Rangers to go there with a confidence, a swagger about them. And I want to put a performance in the park like I seen on Wednesday night. So, as I say, as always, it is down to you, Rangers.
Down to you, Rangers, indeed. And Scotia, you enjoy your day on Sunday. Janice Curran, thank you very much for that late donation. That is very much appreciated. Thank you very much. Scotia, you enjoy your day on Sunday. Please don't get too nervous. As I said, we do have a day at Ibrox on Tuesday.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a good weekend, Ryan. It's a weekend of football. The Copa Libertadores is on as well on Saturday night. I think Paul in the comments earlier mentioned there's a boy that Rangers have been linked that plays with Fluminense. So I'll be watching that on Saturday night and then off to the football on Sunday. So I'll see you there, no doubts.
And that is our 9 out of 10 Brazilian correspondent. Thank you very much, Scotia. And last but not least, Carney, hope you enjoy your day on Sunday, mate. Thank you.
Looking forward to it, mate. Very much looking forward to it. Thank you, everybody, for the donations and that tonight as well. Absolutely spectacular. The support's brilliant, and it's nice to be positive. It really is. We don't enjoy being negative all the time, and it's nice when there's a bit of positivity waves through the podcast. Really enjoy it. And someone, you know who you are because you put your name as someone. So someone bought us a coffee. Thank you very much for buying us a coffee. But enjoy your weekend, everybody. I very much hope that your team is through to the final after 5 o'clock on Sunday. I couldn't remember what time we kicked off. I was like, what time we kick off? But looking forward to it. Cheers, everyone.
Looking forward to it as well. As I said, keep supporting the pod. We are overwhelmed by the donations and support we get, but we do hope your team win on Sunday and get us to a final. Rangers, that's where we're supposed to be, always. So the boys will be back on Sunday with a post-match. We are Club at 22. Cheers.